This is the route I usually take post-storm. I found that it provides me with a lot of insight as to who is working in the market immediately after a storm, who's working referrals in their network. It allows me to kind of just introduce myself to the storm in an alternative approach. And because of that, I've had years where I've hit 4 million plus in revenue without really ever having to bang any doors. Good morning, guys. It is the day after a massive hailstorm. I am super pumped because we had hail swaths of 2 and 3 inches for hailstone diameter. I haven't seen anything like that since 2019. Super amped up. Seems like the swath of the storms was very large, which is awesome for all parties involved. There should be a ton of work to be had over the next several months and even years, depending on what we're looking at in terms of population density impacted. Right now, it's 40 degrees outside and rainy, so there's not really going to be an opportunity in order to inspect any of these properties, but I expect a lot of phone calls to be coming in over the next several days. Right now, I am heading up north in order to grab some marketing materials to hand out to potential clients and referral partners. And separate to that, I think that the game plan is going to be retargeting previous customers and previous leads where I've inspected properties in the past. Just seems like that's going to make the most sense, especially when, I don't have the ability to get outside right now and knock doors or inspect roofs accordingly. So super amped up. It's an excellent start to the 2026 season. As I mentioned before, hailstorms are a cherry on top. We're busy regardless of whether or not a storm hits, but this particular storm seems to be a situation that I haven't seen in quite a number of years. So a lot to be excited for, a lot to be grateful for. We'll see how things progress, but it's going to be a good season, and I'm excited to share all of my findings with you guys. So I'm sure I'll be filming all throughout today as the day progresses, and I receive a lot more phone calls and text messages and even emails regarding inspections and things of that nature. And for that matter, I'll also be certain to upload some B-roll photos of any damage that I'm seeing throughout the day, whether that's photos taken by the customers or myself, and you'll get to kind of see on a granular level what working a storm looks like on that first couple days, which is typically very long hours and highly competitive with a ton of contractors running in and out of respective hail-ridden areas. So I'll keep you updated and we'll go from there, guys. All right, guys, just swung by the office. It has been pretty much a total rain out today with drizzle. So we are gonna approach this storm day one a little bit differently than you may have been taught. I prepared about 10 or 15 folders, and I am gonna be walking into offices of strategic referral partners that will send me leads for customers that are looking to have their properties inspected. So this is the route I usually take post-storm. I found that it provides me with a lot of insight as to who is working in the market immediately after a storm, who's banging doors, who's working referrals in their network. And then it allows for me to kind of just introduce myself to the storm in an alternative approach. So this has worked really well for me for many years now. Basically, just building out my book of business through referrals has allowed for me to pretty much exclusively run referrals. And because of that, I've had years where I've hit 4 million plus in revenue without, really ever having to bang any quote unquote doors. So I will give you guys an update as soon as I've stopped into a couple of these meetings and kind of just let you know what my feel for everything is so far. My expectations are pretty high. I've already received, I think, 6 or 8 phone calls from people that I know within my network on social media that have been asking for inspections and consultation and photo reports and everything like that. So good start so far. It's just hitting 10 a.m. and we are already looking at a several $100,000 day in terms of revenue earned should those inspections pan out. So grateful for another fruitful season, and I will keep you guys updated. Probably won't be getting on any roofs anytime today just because of the rain, but I'll keep this video going, I think, through the remainder of this week. As weather improves, I should be slated to jump on a bunch of roofs where we can see some pretty legitimate damage that I'll be excited to highlight to you all so you can see what it is that we're looking for, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, just wrapped up stopping into 4 or 5 different businesses that were all referred to me. So planted those seeds. I'm expecting a relatively large harvest there. Separate to that, I received about a half dozen referrals for property inspections immediately. Pretty nice, good start to the storm. Unfortunately, it is pouring rain right now, so these roofs never had a chance in order to dry out, and it looks like it may be a couple more days until they have the ability to do so. That being said, you know, gonna schedule some stuff for early next week and see where we're at. It does call for snow and rain over the next couple days with the temperatures just plummeting, and with that, it's tough to be able to get up on roofs. So late next week, we're looking at 50s and 60s, so that's when I anticipate a larger influx of referrals coming my way, and then having the ability to inspect those respective properties. So kind of at a standstill, frustratingly so. Just can't be hopping up on roofs that are slick. So chomping at the bit to get on these things, but at the same time want to make sure that I'm staying safe and providing some key insights that are actually beneficial to the homeowner. So I'll get back to the house right now. I'm gonna follow up with a couple different opportunities that I've already discussed with some strategic partnerships, and then separate to that, I'll be sending a couple follow-up emails to partnerships that I've had in the past, referrals that I've received in the past, just kind of restoking that fire to see if there may be some meat on the bone there. A lot to be excited about and a lot to look forward to over the next 30, 60, 90 days. A lot of great content coming your way. But again, it's just we're at a standstill until this weather breaks officially. So I will keep you guys updated and we'll go from there. All right, guys, I'm going to get this one uploaded right away, call this video quits, and get on to the next one. Fielded about 15, 20 phone calls today. Met with 5 different prospective strategic partners. 3 sounded very receptive. So anticipating a large influx as this weather transitions into something a little bit better. That being said, next week is just stacked filled with inspections, so super pumped, and I'll be certain to give you guys a ton of great content and videos and all that good stuff. Hope you enjoyed this one. It's gonna be an exciting 2026 season. I can't wait to share more with you guys, so stay tuned. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share. Just trying to build some value for you all so that you can learn a little bit more about this industry. Be safe out there. Thanks again, guys.